What the? I'm in the city? How in the world did I end up here? Where is here? This isn't any part of the city that I recognize. I don't like this. Who knew the neighborhood could be this creepy this time of night? The streets are so empty. Nope. Nope. I am so out of here. I need to figure out a way to get back to the factory. Huh? Boss? Walden, is that you?
Not a lot of color, but I'm sure I'll be able to find some use for it.
Shit.
Yes, run, little ragdoll, run. Makes the hunt a lot more thrilling that way.
That isn't Walden. It must have taken his form somehow. And that means... Fuck. I need to wake up.
Good luck with that. You've been keeping yourself awake for the past 2 days. You're in my neck of the woods now.
Woods. The woods, that's it.
Sir, please, you need to calm down.
Don't touch me. Poppy, please, there's got to be something you can do.
I'm afraid not, Wally. Rags's consciousness is thoroughly engulfed in a dream world, and their heart is racing. If we try to force them out now, it could prove fatal. The only thing we can do is trust that whatever's going on there, they'll be able to pull through on their own.
And bring them over here.
I beg your pardon?
Ragdolls are beings of comfort. Being held gives them a little bit of an extra boost, right? If they're going toe-to-toe against it right now, they're gonna need all the help they can get.
All right.
Rags, I don't know if you can hear me right now, but if you can, I need you to do me a favor. Go for its fucking jugular. Home, please. I've had enough of this bullshit for one lifetime. Please help them.
Very clever at taking the chase out into the woods. Home field advantage isn't going to save you, ragdoll. There are only so many caves and hollowed-out logs that you can hide in before I find you. You might as well just give up. It'll be over much more quickly that way. You think screaming like a wild animal is going to intimidate me? Pathetic. The only thing you've managed to do is give away your position. What is this?
You must have not been paying attention during my orientation. It's nothing for me to set up these traps. It's all just a matter of figuring out a way to lure somebody into it.
Very clever. Unfortunately for you, though, you're right back where you started. Now, before I kill you, tell me something. Why go through all this trouble for a puppet that doesn't give a shit about you?
Because it's what we ragdolls do. We help people. Especially when they've gone through the trouble of taking us in and giving us a name we can call our own.
See, this is why I despise your kind. Especially those from that cult you call a commune. You cling to anyone that shows you the slightest hint of kindness or is just a little bit damaged. Willing to risk being completely destroyed for the sake of a single person.
Yes. And I'd go through it all over again. You want to know why? Because it worked. And Wally came to me looking for answers all on his own. No deals, no strings attached. And even though our time together might have been brief, I'm so proud of everything we've managed to achieve. Can you really say the same for yourself?
That is enough. Release them. Tread carefully, ragdoll. Walden is a man plagued by misfortune. It would be a shame if that misfortune were to pass down to you. Really now, must you always leave a trail of chaos and distress in your wake? Don't start. Now then. That's much better.
You seriously have to deal with that guy living inside your head all the time? Just completely rut-free?
We all have something we constantly suppress, young Patchwork. It has a hard time letting go of those under their control. Losing their influence over Walden was a major loss to them.
Yeah, well, they really should have kept the truth about Walden's left hand to themselves then, shouldn't they?
I suppose you are right. Now then, I think it's time you return to your own world. I believe you are missed. Look there.
Their heart rate is slowing down.
Is that a good thing or what?
I think it's a very good sign.
Boss.
I think that the two of you will do very well together. As manager and assistant, as friends, perhaps even more if you so choose.
I'm sorry, what?
Goodbye.
Rags, hey, can you hear me? Say something.
It's such an asshole.
Come in?
You wanted to see me, sir?
I did. Close the door. Please sit.
How's your prosthetic holding up?
It works, I guess. That's sort of what I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
Eavesdropping on me and it in the dream world. ordering the amputation of one of my limbs without getting my consent. I hope you realize that under any other circumstances, you'd probably have been shoved into the grinder or experimented on several times over by now.
I know.
Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Only that I don't have any regrets. You came to me looking for answers. I wanted to help you. And I feel like I was successful in doing that.
Heh. Do all of your methods involve squashing a riot, cutting off someone's hand, fighting a primordial entity, and managing a murder factory for a month?
Alright, so maybe a few of my methods were a little bit unorthodox. But hey, what about this facility isn't?
Is that all you have to say?
Yes.
Well, it appears as though I am in your debt. I thought forgetting the pain of my past would make things better. And admittedly, in a way, it was. But at the cost of my friends, the loyalty of my workers. Had I known all that would end up happening, I would have never tried to develop that regeneration serum. Heck, I'd go even further to say I'd have never proposed the idea of the Resurrection Project to Barnaby and Julie.
You are a grieving father that just wanted his little girl back. I can't fault you for that. Nobody can truly say whether or not they'd be willing to do the same until they've experienced that pain for themselves.
Well, to show my appreciation for all you've managed to accomplish, I'd like to make you an offer.
What sort of offer?
Your freedom.
What?
I was on the phone with Mordecai the other day after Poppy let me out of the infirmary. He's still willing to take you in and get you set up in your own place in the neighborhood if that's what you want. Or you could resume your life back in the forest. Keep the legend of the neighborhood creature alive and well if you want. Understand, though, that I don't make this kind of offer lightly. If you refuse, there will be no takebacks. If you decide to leave, however, you can never tell a soul about what you saw inside of this facility. I'm willing to give you until the end of the day to decide what it is you'd like to do.
That won't be necessary. I know perfectly well what I want. My place is here, assisting you inside of the Rainbow Factory.
Seriously? Are you sure? Because, really, the circumstances surrounding the reason why you were even hired were pretty shitty.
I know. But this place has grown on me. This factory is my home, and you and the others are like family to me. Besides, I'd sooner throw myself into the grinder before I go back to struggling to survive in the woods. And if you were to, let's say, give me Mordecai's phone number, I can pester him whenever I feel like it.
You know, something tells me he wouldn't exactly mind. So, is there anything you'd like to request as payment for helping me? Anything at all?
Well, there is one thing, if you're willing to allow it.
All right.
I received a letter from my parents about a week ago. I guess Morty filled them in about my whereabouts, and they were hoping they could come and see me.
I think we can make an arrangement. I'm not going to force this on you guys. I'm just letting you all know that the option is literally on the table. I mean, I'm no Barnaby when it comes to engineering, but we still have the blueprints for the Resurrection project. With a few alterations, I'm sure I could create some new bodies for you guys.
Hard pass. I'm glad you're all right and have regained your memories and all, but I can't forgive you for what you did to us. My spirit's already stuck with you in this place. What's the use of being trapped in a mechanical vessel on top of that?
Well then, what can I do to help you move on?
What? Wait a minute. Are you saying that...
I get it, alright? I let my rage and sadness get the better of me, and that's something that I can't ever take back. The least I can do is release you from this place.
You mean that?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to be stuck wandering this facility for all eternity either, so... I don't know. I release you. Be gone. You're fired. I really don't know how this is supposed to work.
Just promise me something, Wally.
Anything. You name it.
Promise me that you won't let yourself get caught up in the past like that again. Don't make the same mistake that you made with me and Neighbor. Because I just know someone's going to come along that will be able to love you with every fiber of their being. But you'll never be able to see it if you're always looking back.
Well, that's gonna be tough. But I'll try. I promise.
Then that'll do. Thank you, Wally. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Julie.
You did a good thing there, buddy. At least now Julie's soul will finally be able to find peace.
So, what about you, Barnes? Would you like to be given a new body to work in?
Nah. I stand by my previous statement. The dead aren't meant to come back. It's just a part of life.
All right.
But hey, I'll still be around to keep an eye on things. Too many memories attached to this place. Kinda hard to just let it all go.
Heh. Well then, I guess that just leaves you. What about you, neighbor? I'm sure Rags would be willing to make room for one more if you wanted a place by my side again.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Having a robot body sounds like it'd be cool as shit. But I also kind of gotta agree with Julie and Barnaby on this one. The dead aren't meant to come back. And if you keep on letting yourself get caught up in the past, you'll never know what you might be missing out on. Besides, being able to face through walls and scaring the piss out of Jeremy is just way too fun for me to give up.
Ah, so that's why he's been so jumpy recently.
Yep. Don't worry. I think Rags is more than worthy of being your assistant. You guys make a pretty good team. Just don't try injecting them with the regeneration serum, and everything should be fine.
The regeneration serum.
So, what is it you want me to do?
There is a crucial lesson that I failed to go over with you during your orientation. Identifying and categorizing new colors. Every time this facility creates something new, it needs to be documented and logged into our system. This includes giving the color a name and laying out the specifics in regards to how it should be used. Whether it's safe enough to be used in one of our rainbows, if it's better off being used in a serum or potion, or if it should never be used at all. Today, we'll be giving one of these colors a home.
All right, let's see what you've got for me. Wait a minute, boss. Is this?
Yep.
I really don't think...
Don't tell me. Use your own judgment to decide what should be done with it.
Oh, okay. There. I think I've got it.
All right, let's see. Nightmare Red.
Fitting, isn't it? But it does the test subjects, how it wound up affecting you, all of it was a total nightmare.
Heh. Well, I guess I can't argue with that. Let's see now. Method of application, injections, primary effects, rapid cell regeneration, side effects, severe pain, mood changes, behavioral changes, risk of death. Usage, do not use. I think that's exactly where it belongs. Sally, black label this and make sure it gets locked up.
You got it. Off to the bad bullshit box it goes.
I don't get it. I mean, if we know it isn't any good, then why keep it?
Because if we have any unruly employees, which we probably will, it can be used on them, and we can continue to study it. Perhaps one day it could lead to the creation of an actual regeneration serum that can regrow severed limbs without killing the test subject or placing them under its influence. Poppy most certainly seemed to like the idea.
All right.
So tell me, just how long have you been going about serving me decaf coffee?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Well, I went to make myself a pot of coffee this morning, and I couldn't help but notice that the decaf was right there front and center in the cupboard, while my dark roast was tucked all the way in the back. What's up with that?
Well,
Yeah, how about you go and bring me a real cup of coffee this time?
On it. All right. Anyone who doesn't want to be hugged, squeezed, or doted over, make yourself scarce now.
Is it really that serious?
Oh, believe me. My parents are as ragdolls come. Meaning, you're probably going to become their newest client the moment they walk through the door.
I'm sure it isn't anything that I can't handle. I mean, they have the same abilities as you, don't they?
Not even close. My Baba's a professional cuddler that can see other people's trauma. They're basically a walking bottle of serotonin. And Mappa's a total love bomber that can be just a little bit overbearing.
And those two individuals made you how?
I have no idea. I've been asking myself that same question for the past 28 years. Let's just hope that Morty's able to keep a tight leash on...
Baby!
Them... Mappa... I can't breathe.
I'm so sorry, Ragsy. I really did try. Dakota here simply couldn't contain themselves.
Is that my little dolly? Goodness. The world doesn't seem to have been very kind to you.
It's all right, Baba. Really, I'm doing just fine.
Is that your voice? What's wrong with your voice? Did some stitches come loose or something? Oh, hang on, let me see.
Baba, it's just my voice. Relax.
Dolly, you poor thing. How did you wind up getting so many patches? Was it this guy? Do I need to teach this guy a lesson?
Whoa, hey now, I was the one that had them all fixed up. Rags, back me up here.
Rags? What a terrible name for a ragdoll. Who's the inconsiderate pincushion that came up with that?
I believe I would be that inconsiderate pincushion.
Rude. You know, you'd think as a puppet you'd be able to come up with something that's a little bit more unique and creative.
Ouch.
Mappa, it's okay. It's fine.
No, it's not.
Dakota, sweetie, if our child says that it's fine, then it's fine. Leave the poor puppet alone.
You're lucky you're so handsome.
My, you've certainly been through a lot yourself, haven't you?
All right, listen.
It's all right. That's what we ragdolls are here for.
No, the hugs aren't really...
Come on, bring it in there, big fella.
What the hell is happening?
I tried to warn you.
This is better than playing cards with Jeremy.
Selena Starlight, you better not be recording this.
Oh, I'm recording all of this. As Barnaby would say, blackmail for days.
Oh, you are so fired.
Well, why don't I whip us all up some coffee and tea so we can catch up? There's so much that I have to tell you guys.